Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors at Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and these are the latest updates from London. Special thanks to our friends at UKNIP for their coverage of the scene in Brixton, and also Dave Nathan will have some more footage later on. And don't forget to visit the website at scarcitystudios.com for the latest in-depth news and more content from the channel. The first story is a breaking news story from Brixton, and the police have issued a statement to say that 5 people have been shot and 1 person has been stabbed. The firearm used, police say, is a shotgun, and 4 people presented themselves to hospital and 1 man was taken by ambulance. This happened at 1:27 in the morning today, Sunday the 13th of June. Officers were called to a disturbance and reports of shots fired on Ridgway Road, SW9. Officers attended with the London Ambulance Service and found a 32-year-old man suffering stab wounds. He was taken to hospital and his condition is potentially life-threatening. 3 other males and 2 females attended a hospital nearby with shotgun pellet injuries, mainly to their legs. None of them were in a life-threatening condition, and 4 of the 5 presented themselves at hospital. A Section 60 order is in place across the borough to stop and search anybody for any reason until 2:30 this afternoon, covering much of Lambeth. There will also be an increased patrol of Metropolitan Police officers, and no arrests have been made as of yet. And this comes a week after police were attacked by people after a man was stabbed and shot again in Brixton. On the 3rd of June 2021, the Telegraph newspaper reported that riot police came to Brixton and stones and bottles were thrown at them during the violence. A man was shot and stabbed and found in the middle of the street. A large police presence turned up, and we covered that story in depth on the channel as well, and it's also available on our website in a write-up. So we'll definitely keep you updated with any developments with that story. In some other news coming from London and footage from our friends at UKNIP, riot police were deployed to the London Eye after items were thrown at police on patrol. My London newspaper reported that dozens of officers were spotted around the London Eye after reports that officers were being attacked by a group. Reports suggest that 40 officers armed with protective shields were seen near the landmark on Saturday, June the 12th. Videos on social media showed the police responding to the incident, and later there was more disturbances in the South Bank area. The Metropolitan Police situation arose as officers were attacked by a large group that threw missiles, objects, at them. Officers from several teams arrived at the scene, and dogs were also present and police helicopters. Only 1 person has actually been arrested though in the incident. Some members of the public have described the police's response as extreme, and 1 person took to social media to say the police were being heavy-handed. Video footage of the police clearing the scene also emerged as well, and a dispersal order was put in place in the local area also. They don't specify exactly why these people were there or what they was doing. There was protests in London yesterday for Palestine, so I'm not sure if they were connected to that. The police have provided a statement in relation to what happened on the South Bank, and they said that shortly before 9 PM on Saturday, June the 12th, they approached a large group of people who continued to throw items at them. Another officer from the Territorial Support Group, Dog Units and National Air Ambulance attended. So as I said, that's a very vague story as of yet, and we'll definitely have to give you an update if any more news emerges. And in some other news from London as well, a man has been jailed after a proactive vehicle stop in the Brent Northwest area that led to the recovery of a Scorpion submachine gun, £200,000 in cash, and Class A and B drugs. Azim Akhtar from Brent was sentenced to 8 years on Friday the 11th of June. He previously pled guilty to the following offences on Tuesday the 9th of March. Possession of a Scorpion submachine gun, possession of 94 rounds of ammunition, possession of criminal property, £220,000 in cash, and heroin and cocaine with intent to supply, and possession with intent to supply cannabis. The court heard that at 7 o'clock on Thursday the 12th of November 2020, officers from the Metropolitan's Violent Crime Unit were proactively patrolling on Chapter Road, Brent. They stopped a vehicle being driven by Akhtar, and inside they recovered a large quantity of Class A drugs, heroin. Following the discovery, the Metropolitan Police carried out a raid of his address, and they found a Scorpion submachine gun, ammunition, drugs, drug paraphernalia, and mobile phones. Akhtar was arrested and subsequently charged on the 14th of November. Detective Constable Ash Harkin from the Metropolitan Violent Crime Task Force says, what started off as a proactive operation to recover drugs later discovered money and also firearms. 2 males were also arrested in the same vehicle, but were later released under investigation. So that just goes to show how a simple traffic stop can turn into a lot of money and drugs recovered. And also another example of the popularity of Scorpion machine guns on the streets of London in the past few years. We've covered a lot of cases with these guns being used. So really appreciate you joining me for this update, and I'll be back again later on with some more news. Please don't forget to visit our website at scarcitystudios.com and contact us online for any stories, updates or corrections anytime. Peace.